What are the signs of parental alienation? What are the consequences of parental alienation? What are the dangers for the child? What are the dangers and challenges for the alienated parent? Is it recognized in today's world? Can family members intervene? Is there a chance for the alienated child and parent to come back together? The dangers of extended trauma and CPTSD? Hope for the future? Is this child abuse? Hi, I'm here. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to talk about the signs that your child has been brainwashed against you by the other parent. This is a difficult subject to broach, but it needs to be talked about, because so many parents have reached out saying, "I don't know what's happening. Spouse has turned our child against me. They say horrible things about me, and they won't even speak to me anymore." And that's just the tip of the iceberg. Children who are alienated from one parent suffer profound and long-lasting emotional damage. It can result in the loss of a parent-child relationship forever. And while parental alienation isn't new, it is increasingly common. And while it's not illegal, it should be. So let's answer these questions. What are the signs of parental alienation? What are the consequences of parental alienation? What are the dangers for the child? What are the dangers and challenges for the alienated parent? Is it recognized in today's world? Can family members intervene? Is there a chance for the alienated child and parent to come back together? The dangers of extended trauma and CPTSD? Hope for the future? Is this child abuse? No. 1. What are the signs of parental alienation? In order to protect their own ego and self-esteem, the alienating parent will often denigrate the other parent, paint them in a bad light, and turn the child against them. Alienating parents will try to make themselves look like the good parent and their partner, if they have one, and the child's new friend look like the best people in the world. At the same time, they will accuse the other parent of being unfit or incapable of caring for their child. Most of the time, the alienating parent will use any method necessary to turn the child against the other parent. That might include lies, manipulation, threats, bribery, or simply making false accusations. No. 2. What are the consequences of parental alienation? Children who grow up with parental alienation often struggle with feelings of guilt, confusion, anxiety, and grief over the loss of one parent. They may also have difficulty forming close relationships, as well as difficulty trusting others. Children who are alienated from one parent may suffer lasting psychological damage, including increased risk of depression, substance abuse, eating disorders, cutting addiction, suicidal ideation, self-harm, running away, promiscuity, and dropping out of school. Studies show that children who experience parental alienation are at an increased risk of mental illness. Parental alienation is considered a form of emotional abuse, which leads to severe consequences for a child's physical and mental health, causing them to exhibit behavioral problems at home, school, and in their community. Parental alienation is one of the most damaging things that can happen to a child. It robs them of their identity, their sense of belonging, and their ability to trust. Children who are alienated from one parent are more likely to have low self-esteem and difficulty forming healthy relationships later in life. They're also more likely to be involved in risky behavior such as substance abuse, criminal activity, and early sexual activity. No. 3. What are the dangers for the child? Parental alienation is when one parent turns the child against the other parent, usually by making false accusations of abuse or neglect. This can have a devastating impact on a child's life, causing them to suffer from anxiety, depression, and other mental health problems. It can also lead to physical health issues such as asthma and autoimmune disorders. Additionally, children who are alienated from one parent are at an increased risk of becoming involved in risky behaviors such as substance abuse, delinquency, and early sexual activity. Parental alienation is a form of emotional abuse that can have serious and lasting consequences for a child's development. When a parent alienates their child from the other parent, it creates a sense of abandonment and rejection that can be incredibly damaging. It also teaches the child that it's okay to treat others poorly and that they should never trust anyone. No. 4. What are the dangers and challenges for the alienated parent? For the parent who is rejected, it can be incredibly painful and confusing to watch their child turn against them without warning. It can feel like a betrayal that cuts deep, especially if the parent has always put the child's needs first. It was hard for the alienated parent to understand. why their child would believe the false accusations made by the other parent. On top of that, they may feel helpless to change the situation, since it seems that no matter what they do, now their child only sees them in a negative light. All this can lead to feelings of sadness, loneliness, and despair. The constant rejection can take a toll on the alienated parent's mental and physical health, leading to increased stress levels and even more health problems. It can also make it difficult for them to move on and find happiness outside of their relationship with their child. No. 5. Is it recognized in today's world? Parental alienation is a relatively new phenomenon, and as such, it hasn't yet been widely recognized or addressed. Many people, including mental health professionals and the legal system, don't understand or acknowledge that parental alienation exists. This lack of understanding and support can make it difficult for alienated parents to get help for themselves or their children. Additionally, the stigma surrounding mental health issues prevents many people from seeking treatment. This is especially true in communities where mental health is viewed as a sign of weakness or something to be ashamed of. Unfortunately, until parental alienation is better understood and accepted, those affected by it will continue to suffer. No. 6. Can family members intervene? Family members play an important role in helping to stop parental alienation. They can provide emotional support and practical help to the alienated parent and child, as well as act as mediators between the two sides. It's important for family members to be aware of the signs of parental alienation so that they can step in and help when needed. By understanding what parental alienation is and how it affects both the child and the alienated parent, family members can better support the situation. They can also help facilitate communication between the two parents in order to find a resolution. Additionally, family members can provide a safe and supportive environment for the child, allowing them to maintain a relationship with both parents. Ultimately, family members have the potential to be a powerful force for good when it comes to stopping parental alienation. With their support and intervention, alienated parents and children can begin to heal and move forward in their lives. No. 7. Is there a chance for the alienated child and parent to come back together? Yes, it is possible for an alienated child and parent to reconcile, but it takes time, patience, and understanding. The first step is for the parent to accept the situation and understand that the child has been brainwashed against them. They need to let go of any anger or resentment they may have towards their ex-spouse and focus on building a relationship with their child. The parent should also be prepared to make changes in their own behavior. If they have done anything to contribute to the breakdown of the relationship, it's important for the parent to be willing to listen to the child's perspective and apologize if necessary. Once the parent has taken these steps, they can begin to rebuild trust with their child. This will take time and consistency. But eventually the child will come to understand that their parent is not the monster that they've been made out to be. As the relationship between the parent and child improves, it's important to set boundaries with the other parent. This may mean limiting contact or monitoring communication. Ultimately, the goal is to create an environment where the child feels safe and loved by both parents. With time and effort, it is possible for an alienated child and parent to rebuild their relationship and create a strong bond that will last a lifetime. Number 8. The dangers of extended trauma and PTSD. Parental alienation can have long-lasting effects on a child's mental and physical health. When a child is alienated from one parent, they experience a form of trauma that can lead to post-traumatic stress disorder, CPTSD. Symptoms of CPTSD can include flashbacks, nightmares, anxiety, and hypervigilance. In addition, children who experience parental alienation may also develop other mental health problems such as depression, eating disorders, and substance abuse issues. Parental alienation can also have an impact on a child's physical health. Studies have found that children who are alienated from one parent are more likely to suffer from asthma, autoimmune disorders, and other chronic illnesses. Finally, parental alienation can cause a disruption in a child's sense of identity and belonging. When a child is torn away from one parent, they lose a sense of stability and connection to their past. This can make it difficult for them to form healthy attachments in the future and can lead to feelings of isolation and loneliness. No. 9. Hope for the future. Despite the challenges, there is hope for the future. As society becomes more aware of parental alienation, there will be more resources and support available for both children and parents. It's important to remember that healing from parental alienation is possible. With the right support and treatment, children who have experienced parental alienation can go on to lead happy and healthy lives. Parents who have been alienated from their child can also find ways to move forward and find joy outside of their relationship with their child. Parental alienation is a difficult topic, but it's one that needs to be discussed. By raising awareness and understanding, we can create a world where children are protected from this form of abuse and where families are stronger than ever before. And number 10 is this child abuse. Yes, parental alienation is considered a form of child abuse. It is a type of emotional abuse that can have a profound and lasting impact on a child's mental, physical, and emotional well-being. When one parent turns a child against the other parent through manipulation, lies, and brainwashing, it creates an unhealthy and harmful environment for the child to grow up in. This type of abuse can lead to feelings of guilt, confusion, anxiety, and grief in the child, as well as long-term psychological damage. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with friends. If you liked this video, you might also like some other videos on my channel. Just click the link provided. Thanks for watching. See you next time.